Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes of such things as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing on nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips. Personal use. Period. This technically tips the balance in favor of fair use. Also, under the law of 1986, don't touch my toot pack. El Palazzo. NEMS, keep Excel out of the system, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, organics of all ages, I'm Double R, and today we're going to have a discussion about the 13th Doctor and the concerns I have for it. And we're going to put the 13th Doctor because when I initially did this, I said it was the 13th season, but let's be fair, some Doctors had more than one season. Shows how much I truly pay attention to things. Anyway, let's move along. So the concerns I have, as you can tell from my little thing on Twitter where I went back and forth on this, come up in different ways. Now, I'm not going to worry about how they're being paid or the politics BBC is trying to push or anything like that. I'm not worried about all that. I'm not going to touch on that. That is something beyond me. Okay? The politics within the BBC, the agendas they're trying to push or anything like that, that's out of bounds. I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with this show's situation itself. Ooh, excuse me. So let's go ahead and get right to this with the first major concern. The pro, Jodie Whittaker. I'm for this. If they would have cast someone like Kristen Stewart or something, I probably would have had to throw a flag on play, holding all sides traveling, a whole lot of things. I've had a lot of issues with that. But Jodie Whittaker, I can roll with this. That's a pro. The con, it seems very strange that they're keeping the companion thing like on the low. Keep it on the low. Now, I'm going to bring this up because you can ask many Who-vians, name like 2 or 3 companions that come to mind. And most of the time it'll be Rose is one of them. She'll just be one of those people that pop up. Rose. And then they'll bring up something like River Song, which technically is someone. It's convoluted. Who-vians know exactly who the hell that is. But my point being, you already had a female that y'all could use for, let's just keep going. The problem I see with the companion, it's not going to be the Doctor I have an issue with on this one. It's going to be the companion. Because remember what I just said, I'm not going to worry about the BBC politics and agendas. It's going to show through, most likely, because of the companion. Think about it. The Doctor is usually one that takes charge, and it's the companion who has to go around and do little things to try to either maintain the status or push the point. Pretty much, the companion is the audience's everyday person trying to cope with everything going on. Okay, so you're going to turn the everyman, per se, into a guy? Well, no, not exactly. Ooh, wait a minute. You're going to have to be careful here because, again, you're now going to be spinning narratives because you've made the Doctor female. Let me walk you through what I mean by this. Companion happens to be a straight white male. Well, our progressive look is so much better than the old outlook of the world that we have to boss around men because men are nothing more than cucks. Oh boy. That's going to go over well with some Who-vians, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm absolutely positive that's going to go around swiftly. Okay. We'll make it a black guy. White woman in charge of a black guy. I ain't touching that. That's the. Oh, my butt! Ugh. 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 Ah. Mm. Mm. Well, you can make it a Russian doo-doo. No, you can't. Because then it means they're trying to say something about the Trump administration, most likely. Ah, that's just peachy. Well, you can make it a muzzle. Oh boy. Oh no. Maybe we can make it a gay Muslim. Oh. Oh boy, you're going to get your place bombed at that rate. I'm sorry. Maybe we could just make it a effeminate Asian. Yeah, because stereotypes aren't a thing. Well, fine. We just won't have a male companion. We'll stick with a female companion. Oh wait. Ooh. Mm, there's a problem with that too. Well, now it seems that the whole Doctor Who series is just going to turn the bad guys into men, and only men, and it's going to be women always correcting the men and stopping the men. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Please no. Please no. Please no. Don't do that. Well, maybe we will make the companion trans. Ah, God, why are you doing this to me? Nothing against the companion, but make it a companion trans. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about the Doctor? What are you trying to? What type of? And this comes back to the problem of making the Doctor go from male to female. The companions, 12 out of 12 times, predominantly were female. In fact, most of the time when there was a male companion, wasn't there like a female that either popped up with her, you know? Oh, sorry, with him. There's a male companion and there's always a female companion with him. They always acted as a pair. Weird how that worked. Usually that's what happened, right? I say usually because I'm pretty sure there's one or two cases where it didn't happen. I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two male companions in Doctor Who within the 12 incarnations thereof. I'm pretty sure one was a straight up male companion that had no female companion tagging along to take his place as soon as he was not usable anymore. I'm pretty sure that there was a male companion. There was a season or whatnot where it was just a male companion and no female companion. I'm pretty sure that happened, right? I'm pretty positive, right? Right? Maybe I was just a bit too hopeful there. On to the next one. As you can tell, the companion is going to be the big thing on that one. Pro! There's a new writer for Doctor Who. Con! There's a new writer for Doctor Who. Oh no. No. Why is this a pro and a con? Well, let's be honest. He might be a good writer. You might get a feel of the Doctor Who thing. You might get a feel of the story. You might get a feel of things. But the writer they have has a track record. Just putting it out there. Now again, he might just be writing because the previous writer was getting tired of politics. Again, I don't know what's going on back there. I don't know. I'm not behind their cameras going, you gotta do this. But again, there's a pro and a con because some of his stuff is good. Some of it ain't. That's how things work now. So with any luck, you'll be alright. Pro. The lead is a female. God bless you, Britain. You're being so progressive for having a female doctor. This is the first time in science fiction history that there is a female lead, except for, Voyager. Huh. Well, this is the first time any fantasy has a female lead, except for stuff like Xena, Buffy, and shit. Huh? Like, yeah, can't really help y'all with that one. But the problem with this is history. History is a thing. Things happen within the timeline in general. Just saying. If you show up into like old England, they have a queen, so they might listen to her. But they show up to deal with something in the United States because people are going crazy, and you show up at the wrong time, that's going to happen. I'm sorry, but history's a thing. The reason why the progressives are pushing so hard is because they can't let history go, much less remember it. They kind of forget what happened, but they remember enough that it's bad, so they can push an agenda. Why? I don't know. So, if the doctor shows up in the wrong place at the wrong time, that's going to happen. You can't hit a woman. Do you not know what year this is? It's going to happen. And that's the problem. Because the writer's going to probably have to weave through that to either A, avoid those time periods altogether, or B, and more importantly, just avoid that whole situation by taking it into space, by having alien issues and whatnot, or be out in the forest, away from most civilized areas at certain times. At certain times. And again, that's all they have to do is avoid certain times and certain locations. That's it. And they'll be fine. So again, if it's a female doctor with a female companion, well, we could just get stuff done behind the scenes. And honestly, now you're just pushing a different type of agenda, and that's not helping either. See, it all comes back to what agenda you're trying to spin, and no matter what you do, you kind of walk yourself into a wall once the doctor became female. Because there's no safe way to put this to where the companion can be cast without somebody, somewhere, losing their stovetop stuffing. I'm trying to minimize my cussing, as you can tell. I'm trying, okay? And that's saying a lot. Now, the reason why I bring up the timelines is because of the whole Will Smith is Will Smith as Jim West in Wild West. Jim West. That's rough. Rough Rider. No, you don't want that. Anyway, the point being, this whole thing about timelines is going to be a major thing. Now, is it going to be the Doctor, or is it going to be Jodie Whittaker as Jodie Whittaker in Doctor Who as the 13th Doctor? Because, yes, going to those certain time periods where women would get slapped and whatever for saying anything, going to those time periods, and then she'd just be like, you can't touch me. Motherfucker, I'm the doctor. What's wrong with you? You see the problem. It doesn't happen that way in history. It has an issue when that happens. So you have to be careful what time frame you're doing it and how you write it. I can't stress this one enough because, again, Jodie Whittaker is Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor in Doctor Who. And you gotta, please be careful with this. Y'all can really lose a lot of your fans by, in so many words, effing it up. So please, try to be careful with that, okay? Please be careful. And the last part I want to talk to real quick about this issue is Anita Sarkeesian. Oh yes, you know she was going to come up. Now, if you've seen her Twitter side, she was all happy and elated that there's a female doctor. Until it came to a point where she was like, well, you're dealing with one problem. Pretty much the summary of her tweets were, you're dealing with one problem at a time. And right now, the BBC, trying to be progressive, is only dealing with the woman problem. They haven't dealt with the race problem, because, you know, the female black companion that happened to be lesbian, you know, that doesn't count because it's not a doctor. Oh, I'm pretty sure that was a thing. I'm pretty positive. I'm not completely insane this year, this week, this minute. Give me about 3 more minutes and I probably will be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But the point stands. I'm pretty sure there was a black lesbian who was a companion. Just saying. I was pretty sure that was a thing. But because it wasn't the doctor, just like everyone else, it didn't count. And I would say this for this whole didn't count thing. Let me explain real quick. There was another Time Lord. A Time Lord known as Master. The Master. And one of his regenerations popped him up as a woman. So he became Missy. So that didn't count because, yes, it was a Time Lord, but it wasn't the doctor. So Nita, taking this and running with it, with, yeah, having a black lesbian woman, whatever, as a companion, whatever. Doesn't count. It's not the doctor. Doesn't count. Just like everyone else saying, it doesn't count that Missy was a female Time Lord. It doesn't count. It's not the doctor. It doesn't count. If it did count, why would this be such a big thing? Oh, wait, it is such a big thing because it wasn't a brother on one side or the other. Which, we're going to go to this pro and con real quick. Pro. It's a female doctor, and it's amusing to see how people react. Con. Men and women both did not like the fact that it's a female doctor. Subnote on the con. You'll notice how quick feminists will just say, if you want to see a grown man cry, show them the picture of the female doctor. Yeah, but women don't like the female doctor either because of the situation and the premises and all that. So, you try to make them cry too or something? I don't... Women, feminism, supposed to be about choice. Yeah, okay. As long as your choice isn't different than her choice, it's okay. But yes, Anita's side of it was pretty much, you're dealing with one problem at a time. The fact that the doctor wasn't a black paraplegic, trans, pansexual, otherkin, zombieism, illegal alien, super demonic powered, Christian bashing thing, she was upset by that. Because, again, you're dealing with one problem at a time. In fact, people were even trolling Anita by pointing out, yes, I'm upset too that the doctor doesn't have to be a black, handy-capable person. You're right. Instead of taking a win as a win, she complained that the win wasn't in a different league. Anita. Chica. Don't call me Chica. Chica. Because I know you want to censor free speech. No. Even the BBC, with them trying to be progressive, even they know you have to work people into certain things. You can't just jump the frickin' shark at 18 different leagues and just have an illegal alien, black, paraplegic, transgendered, which again, I'm still kind of confused because, you know, went male to female. So, you know, you can't have all these things hit the doctor at once because you're going to alienate the entire fan base. Even the progressive side would be like, bruh, turn down for what? Turn down a little bit. Pull back on the throttle. Pull back on the throttle. Pull it back. You're going too far. But back. You got to give them time to adjust. And I know some of y'all saying, that's not what Anita meant. No, that is what Anita meant, because she said it's a predominantly white show. And then she goes into the problems. These are my concerns. You're trying to appease people like her, where no matter what you do, you lose. If you kept the doctor a guy, then you're just keeping him as a guy. You lose. If you turn the doctor black, oh, you're dealing with the race problem first. Why not the gender problem? Or the transgender problem? You lose. Did no one learn anything about the Linkle fiasco? Nintendo goes, yeah, we're going to make Link a sister. She's going to call Linkle. Well, you can't. You didn't give her much of a lore, so it's just a misman. It's not just a misman. They can't risk turning Linkle into Link, because that would be misman. Where her history is his. That's a misman. That's pretty much literally gender swapping. That's, well, the 13th Doctor. Full frickin' circle. You see, Anita, that's not how this shit works. It's not. Let people get adjusted, and then they can bring in other elements. Sure. And that's the problem with the progressive side of things. They want you to jump so far over the border. I don't mean that as the illegal alien thing. I mean that as like borders of the show. Y'all gonna take it whatever y'all gonna take it as. But the problem is, they try to appease some of the feminists. They did. There was a little poll out there, and everyone wanted a female. Well, everyone who voted wanted a female doctor before a black doctor. So, sorry, dark guys, but the polls showed it. So they turned her female. You know, to be progressive. Now again, I'm not going to talk about pay or any personal items on their agendas. I'm just saying, stop trying to appease the feminists, because you never will. It is a losing battle. They will find a reason to get upset. Like I said, there was a female Time Lord, but it didn't count because it wasn't a doctor. There were black people in Doctor Who, but it didn't count, at least to Anita, because Companion is not the doctor. So that didn't count either. So you see the problem. When you try to appease usually people who don't even freaking watch the show. I'm sorry, but let's be honest. Some of the people who voted, a good chunk of them probably didn't even watch the show. It was just some guy, so let's replace the guy with the girl. That's pretty much what it comes out to 9 out of 10 times when people vote. But that said, watch your agendas, because some agendas will push people off. Unless you write it really, really, really well. But I'm Double R. I'm out because I covered all the concerns I actually had. Those are all the main primary concerns. Like I said, anything behind the scenes in BBC, like their whole, oh, we gotta push this agenda, I don't care about that, okay? I don't care about any of that. I don't care if Jodie Whittaker gets paid the same as the other doctors, no matter what their accolades are. I don't care. That's beyond my control. Although, from what I've heard, she's being paid the exact same thing as the guy who won more awards than she was even nominated for. That's something else entirely, I'm pretty sure. That's its own thing. I'm not worried about that. I don't care about that. We're just going to go on. We're just going to go on. I'm Double R. I'm out. Those are my primary concerns about the whole 13th Doctor being a woman. Now, again, if you followed me on Twitter, you would have saw I kind of bounced back and forth because, again, I saw a pro, then I saw a con. The pro being a woman doctor, awesome. Con, would that be a male companion or a female companion? And what is the agenda they're trying to push, because you'll see it through the companion. Okay, you get what I'm getting at? Full circle? Everything comes back around? Okay. Have a good day. Sorry to bring this up. I know, hopefully, it's all done, but I had to bring it up. I had to bring up my personal concerns. So, later.